by some of those giant paychecks, even here tonight. How many of you have ever had your interest piqued by when we share our incomes, not just the RVPs, but when we share our leader incomes, okay? Leadership is definitely a spot to make some money, and anybody can be a unit leader. Anybody can be a unit leader. Now, yeah, I think we've proven that tonight and time again. But what are some of the things, like maybe people in your life, maybe your people at your shows, when you talk about the Party Light opportunity, or you share Cindy Carpenter's paycheck or Angie Keaty's paycheck, what are some of the things that some of the naysayers say? What are the things that people say? Oh, she makes $3,000 a week, but
not all year round.
Not all year round. Okay. What else?
Are you sure that's just a week?
Are you sure that's just a week? And yes is the answer. But yeah. Anything else? Has anybody ever asked you, well, how long has she been doing it? Okay. Or they say, oh yeah, she's been doing that for 10 years. Oh, well, she's been doing that for 15 years. How many of you have thought that in your own head when Angie shares her income? Oh, well, she's been doing it a lot longer than me. Anybody? Mm-hmm. Think about the job you're working at now. Mm-hmm. If you work a job besides Party Light. Mm-hmm. How long have you been there? Anybody?
10 years.
10?
A year.
A year.
16.
16?
4.
4? Anybody else?
2.
2. 16 years is like 1.5 times as long as Angie Keaty's been in Party Light. It's about the same time as Cindy Carpenter's been in Party Light. Okay? Let me show you a little something. Oops. Angie started Party Light. Go ahead and take one, pass it. Oh, I give you one. Take one, pass it down. Sorry. This is the Washington State teacher salary schedule. Okay. Now I've been a teacher. I have about as many years of service as a teacher as Angie has as a Party Light consultant. Angie made just under $100,000 last year. Now go ahead and let me show you how this works. Years of service. I think actually because of my part-time stuff, I'm just over 10. So let's go ahead and go to step 10. They call this step, and slide your finger over, because these little columns have to do with how much college you went to. Slide your finger over to the second to the last one that says MA plus 45. Okay, that means I have a master's degree plus 45 additional credits to be a teacher, because they make you do that. Is my salary anywhere near Angie's? No, it's about half. Okay? I've been teaching as long as Angie's been in Party Light. And I can assure you, not that Angie doesn't work hard, but I can assure you that I worked much harder as a teacher than she's ever thought of selling candles. Okay, now I want to show you a little something else. Go down here to step 10 and the one underneath. See, that was last year's salary schedule, this one. Step 10, slide it all the way over to MA plus 45, and that's where I'm at. What do you notice about that number?
Why is it lower?
Why is it lower? Because there's no money to pay teachers and they all took a pay cut this year. Okay? So not only, let me show you a little something else. Lee Kirk, she's been in Party Light 22 years. 22 years is a long time. Okay? My good friend Amy and former teaching partner has taught for 22 years or more. So go ahead and find, she would be on step 22, so go ahead and run your finger down to step 22.
16 or more.
There's not, oh, because it tops out at 16 years. So from your 16th year on, you're just on the same spot. Now slide, she has MA plus 90, master's degree plus 90 additional credits. Okay? This is her salary. This is the most money you'll ever make as a teacher. No, you can teach until you die. And sometimes you might get a cost of living, but it never in Washington keeps up. And again, slide down to this year, and again, oh yeah, that number's smaller. The cost of health insurance and all sorts of other things, and your expectations always goes up. So this actually goes down every single year for teachers. You make less money every single year as a teacher. Does Lee Kirk say that about her income? No, she doesn't. So there's no reason for us to tell ourselves, oh my gosh, Lee makes all that money because she's been at it for 22 years. Cindy Carpenter makes all that money because she's been at it for 16. Angie's been at it for 10. Jennifer's been at it for 5. Yeah, it's like Ann shared, it's the people that just stick it out, that stay going. Okay, so you too can be in it for 10 years, 20 years, whatever. And feel free to take this and share it. And at your parent-teacher conferences this fall, bring the teachers a present. Bring them a candle, for goodness sakes. and all that extra income. What's another common thing that people say? I'm looking for a word that begins with a P.
Pyramid.
Pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. Raise your hand if you've ever heard that from anybody.
Oh.
Negative or not negative? Okay, I want to show you something. I'm actually going to put up, could you help me? I have some, here, I'm going to give you the golf tax. Well, no, we're just pin it right up here with the fisherman ball here. So if you guys can't see it, feel free to move. Oh my gosh. This is like the bulletin boards in my classroom. Aren't these cute? I should give these to you. Yeah. Just close them. Here, okay. Alright. Okay. Now, I'd like you to look at this picture first, where we've got one circle here, 2 circles, I think it's like 13 circles, a whole bunch of circles, and a whole bunch of circles. If you were, let me move into my teacher thing, and if I was teaching a geometry lesson, I might say, what kind of shape does this make you think of? What kind of shape? Anybody? You don't have to raise your hand. What kind of shape? Skinny at the top, fat at the bottom. Pyramid, triangle. Oh, you guys are so good. Okay. Now, then we've got, okay, now this here, we've got one thing right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of skinnier at the top and the bottom and fat in the middle. What kind of shape does that make you think of?
Diamond.
Diamond. What did you guys say? Somebody else said something.
A top.
Oh, a top. Yeah. That's a good word. Okay, we call that an organic shape. No, don't get me started. An oval. Okay. Now let me back up a little bit. We're going to move out of the geometry phase here. Up here, we have an organization chart for a corporation. It's actually the place that my husband works. And this is their org chart. There is a CEO that makes, well, maybe let's start at the fat bottom. There are about 700 branch managers in the organization, and they run a store. They run a store, okay? And they make, on average, they make about $100,000 a year, okay? And varies on the size of the store and how good they are. And above that, they have district managers that are there to support them and boss them around and stuff, and they make about $200,000 a year. They report to regional vice presidents, and there are about 13 of those. They make upwards of $500,000 a year, depending on, you know, how successful they are. They have some stock options and other stuff. There are 2 vice presidents, and their salary is somewhere in between these guys and the CEO. The CEO of this particular company makes over $10 million a year. One guy makes $10 million a year. So these 2 make anywhere between $500,000 and $10 million because they fall in between here. Okay? Does he benefit from the work that they do? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And do these people have a vested interest in the branch managers? Yes. Do these guys work hard to make them happy, and do they get along? Okay, yeah. All right, something else to think about. Everyone from this spot above is an expense within that company. They cost the company money to pay them, all right? From here down, now obviously within the branch managers, they supervise salesmen and mechanics and worker people that stand at the counter and take orders and all that stuff. These guys generate income. They take orders. Even the branch managers, they take orders. They fix machines. They wash machines. They do work.
They bring money in.
They bring money in. They are income generators. These people and above, district managers, regional vice presidents, and CEOs, they influence, but they do not generate any income. Everyone from here up is an expense, right? And this is typical. I'm not saying that this is like rooted in Satan or anything like this. This is typical. This is corporate America, right? Would you agree? Okay.